Graphing inequalities. What is an inequality? An inequality is a mathematical sentence that contains one of these symbols: less than, greater than, less than or equal to, greater than or equal to, or not equal. Graphing rules. Here are the graphing rules. Number 1, you first draw a number line and plot a circle on the number in the inequality. Step 2, you draw an open circle if the symbol is greater than, less than, or not equal to. Step 3, you draw a closed circle if the symbol is less than or equal to, or greater than or equal to. So closed circle means that if it is equal to it, you will need to fill in the circle. Number 4, shade an arrow in the directions of the solutions. Examples: graph the inequality. Letter A, y is less than 3. First start off by drawing a number line. Now we'll draw in some numbers. Since this is a low number, we'll start with 0. Because the number in this inequality is 3, the next step is to draw a circle at the 3. Now you look at what is the sign. This is a less than sign. There's no equal underneath it, so this is going to be an open circle, so we are not filling it in. Now we're looking at what direction do we need to draw the arrow. It is less than 3, so that means we need to draw an arrow that goes to the less than side. And your answer is an open circle at 3 with an arrow to the left. Letter B, x is greater than or equal to -2. First start off by drawing your arrow. Then let's put in some numbers. Again, we have a small number, so we'll put in 0, -1, and -2. Then we look at the number, -2, and we put a circle on it. Now you look at the sign. It is greater than or equal to, so you need to fill in the circle because there is an equal sign. It can be the -2 number as well. Now you look at the direction of the arrow. It's greater than, so the arrow goes to the right. Your answer is a closed circle on -2 with an arrow going to the right. Letter C, n is greater than 0. First start off by drawing your number line. And we'll just put the number 0 since that's all we're talking about. The next step is to put a circle at the 0 because that is the number. And look at your sign. It is just greater than, it is not greater than or equal to, so you keep an open circle. Then look at which way our arrow needs to go. It is greater than, so it goes to the right. Your answer is an open circle at 0 with an arrow to the right. Letter D, C is not equal to 4. First, draw your arrow, and then you can put a couple numbers in it. The number we're talking about is 4, so we draw a circle at 4. And we look at the sign. It is not equal to, so it's going to stay an open circle. And now we need to look at the direction. Now look at the direction we need the arrow to go. If it's not equal to 4 at all, that means it could be any number except 4, which means that your arrows are really going to go in both directions. It can be any of the numbers that are to the left of 4, but it could also be any of the numbers that are to the right of 4. So your answer is an open circle at 4 and then arrows going both ways. Examples: write the inequality. Letter A. If you look at the number line, you will see the numbers 0, 1, 2, 3, and 4. If you look above the 4, we know that our number is going to be 4. We'll use the letter N. You can use any letter like X or Y, but we'll use N in this case. and we will say n has something to do with the number 4. So now when you look at the closed circle, you know that it either has to be less than or equal to, or it has to be greater than or equal to. When you look at the direction of the arrow, you will see that it is less than or equal to. So your answer is n is less than or equal to 4. Letter B. You'll notice that the numbers on the number line are 0 and -5. We know that we'll start with our variable. We'll use n in this case. When you look at the circle, you will see that it is a -5. And the type of circle is an open circle, so it has to be either greater than, less than, or not equal to. So it is an open circle, and the arrow is only going in the direction of the right. Since it is not going in both directions, we know it's not the not equal to, and we just follow the direction it's going to, which is greater than. Your answer is n is greater than -5. Letter C. When you look at the graph, you see the numbers -1 and 0. So we'll start off with a letter or variable, n, and you look at where the circle is. It's at -1. It is a closed circle, so we know it's either going to be less than or equal to, or greater than or equal to. So look at the direction of the arrow, and it is in the greater than, and then remember, because it's a closed circle, the equal sign goes underneath it. Your answer is n is greater than or equal to -1. Now give these a try. Go ahead and graph n is less than or equal to 2. First, you start off by drawing your number line and putting some numbers on it. The number we're looking at is 2, so we draw a circle above it. And because there is less than or equal to, we know that it's going to be a closed circle. Then you go in the direction of the sign, which is less than, and it goes to the left. So your arrow goes to the left. Your answer is a closed circle on 2 with an arrow going to the left. Number 2, graph d is greater than -2. First, start off by drawing your number line and putting some numbers in. We know that -2 is the number we're looking at, so we draw a circle. It is just a greater than sign. There's no equal sign under it, so we know that it is an open circle. Then look at the direction we need to go. If it is greater than, it goes to the right. Your answer is an open circle at -2 with an arrow to the right. Number 3, write the inequality for the graph. First, start off with your variable. We'll just use an n, and then look at the number that has a circle. It's a 3. It is an open circle, so we know that there is no equal sign underneath the symbol, and it's also not pointing in both directions, so it's not a not equals. So it's either going to be greater than or less than. Now you just follow the arrow, and n is going to be less than 3. Number 4, write the inequality for the graph. First, we start off with our variable, so we'll use n. You look at the number that has a circle, it's a -2. It is a closed circle, which means it has to either be less than or equal to, or greater than or equal to. So we follow the direction of the arrow, and we see it is greater than or equal to. Your answer is n is greater than or equal to -2.